Hi, I'm Lee Hyde with Shepherd Financial, and this is the Monthly Minute. This month, we wrap up our quarterly discussion around investing, talking about timing the market versus time in the market. To me, market timing is essentially placing bets on which way you think the market's going to go. If you think it's going to go down, you may move to cash or other safer investments. If you think it's going to go up or continue to go up, you may end up taking more risk than your tolerance would actually allow for. To me, there's also two different types of market timing. There's blatant and subtle. The blatant type is Jim Cramer yelling at you through your TV to buy, or sell. Or maybe you read an article about a guy who correctly predicted the market crash in 2008, and now he's making another bold prediction. The subtle form is things that actually drive investor behavior. Some things that I've heard on the subtle side in my time as a financial planner, a lot of times are political. Joe Biden won or Trump won, and the market's going to go down because of it. Or my friend's in ABC industry, and he said we're headed for a recession, so I need to sell. Or I've got a friend who's really rich, and he said I should buy this stock. While all those things are real, and I don't want to minimize anyone's feelings, but I think a lot of that should be factored on the front end when you're building out your allocation. They shouldn't drive decisions in the heat of the moment. On the flip side, there's time in the market. And to me, that's essentially saying that I don't know what the market's going to do. I know it's going to go up and down along the way, but I can't predict what it's going to do from day to day. So I'm just going to get a good allocation on the front end. Again, a good mix of stocks and bonds based on my risk tolerance. And I'm just going to ride it out. Is there any proof that that's the better way to go? Well, there's been tons of studies done. One of the most recent ones I found looked at the last year, 3 and 5 years, if you just track the S&P 500. And so some numbers I pulled, if you just look from February of 2019 to February of 2022, so over a 3-year period, including the crash during COVID, if you just put the money in the S&P and left it there, you would have got about 17.1%. If you missed the 10 best days over that 3-year period, that 17.1% would have dropped to negative 2.38%. That's a pretty big drop. If you missed the 20 best days over that same period, from 17.1 to almost negative 11%. So in conclusion, no one can actually tell you what to do. So only you have the power to change your investments. But I have some recommendations on what I would recommend, because I don't think anyone can actually beat the market consistently. So what I would do is I would start with a financial plan. So that financial plan should drive all your financial decisions, not just your investment decisions. I would build out an IPS, so an investment policy statement, that directs how you actually manage your investments, whether it's you or someone helping you. I would put some guardrails in place. It's easy to let emotions take over, so put some guardrails in place that help prevent you from making rash decisions. And lastly, as I mentioned, I would consult someone, whether you hire someone as an hourly planner to work with you and build one plan out, or to work with you ongoing. I think it's important to have someone who understands you and what's important to you and really what those investments are for. So typically that what is typically a who. So who you're saving them for, what purpose are they for? And then you give that person the ability to hold you accountable to those things that are most important to you. Did you know that over the last 20 years, the 10 best market days all happened within a period of about 6 months? So 4 of them happened during March and April of 2020, so when COVID hit, and the other 6 happened during 2008 and 2009, basically from October of 2008 to March of 2009. So a very short window over 20 years, the 10 best trading days. So all that to say, again, I don't think you can predict what's going to happen. And typically when the market's going down big, it's typically when the best days happen as well. So hopefully this has been helpful. I know it's a lot to chew on. Check back in next time for more helpful tips. Thanks.